You know, for weeks we've been seeing the Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon saga play out on WWE television. And we can all assume what WWE is going to do, just based on what we've seen on television, or what we have already seen on television. Tonight was one of those things where it just continues to flip-flop back and forth. And I sit here and I contemplate what WWE might be doing with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. I came up with the idea of maybe Daniel Bryan realizes that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been using him. Shane McMahon would be telling Daniel Bryan, "I told you so." They team up in their collective efforts and they take on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. I thought that because with all the rumors of Daniel Bryan being cleared by WWE, or about to be cleared, or, you know, he wants to be cleared, whatever the rumors and speculation is about Daniel Bryan, I thought if WWE wanted to clear him to merely keep him on their payroll, that they would do it for WrestleMania, get his name on the card, build it up as Daniel Bryan's returning from a 3-year absence, and put him in a tag team environment with Shane McMahon and limit what he can do, which would be best for both parties. WWE gets to use Daniel Bryan's notoriety on WrestleMania's card, and Daniel Bryan gets to be in the ring doing his big spots. Everybody's happy, right? WrestleMania moments. Tonight, I flip-flop back and forth on that notion. Tonight, it seemed more like Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are butting heads and more than likely will go one-on-one at WrestleMania. And that this handicap match at the Royal Rumble is going to serve as a way to break up Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But as that's happening, we're going to see both of these relationships kind of come apart at the seams. Shane McMahon's going to get what he wants from Daniel Bryan. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be separated. This hellacious duo, this pain-in-the-ass clown duo that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is to Shane McMahon on SmackDown Live, they will be forced apart because of their desire for the same championship title. And you know there's going to be something going on within that world title match where Sami Zayn's going to make a cover and Kevin Owens is going to break it up. Kevin Owens is going to make a cover, Sami Zayn's going to break it up. You know, or Sami Zayn, whatever. Back and forth, right? Both guys are going to try and get a cover, and the other one is going to try to thwart each other from winning the title. So they're pretty much going to go back and forth on that. Neither one of them is going to want to win the title for themselves. It's going to be a jealousy thing. At that point, they're going to break away, and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon's relationship is going to be so strained that it's probably going to lead to a match with both of them at WrestleMania. That's where I sit today. And that's where I was thinking, or that's where my mind was thinking, or my mindset was during SmackDown Live tonight. And I'm assuming we're going to go back and forth on this all through Royal Rumble build, all through WrestleMania season. We're not going to know exactly what is going on. WWE is going to have to pull the trigger on something. And the best thing about a good WWE storyline is that you don't know what's going to happen. Most of the time, it's predictable. And most of the time, you can see what's happening and you can see what's coming. But I think the reason why everybody is really like hanging on to this storyline for SmackDown Live is because nobody genuinely knows where it's going to go. We don't know if Shane McMahon is going to turn full-fledged heel. We don't know if Daniel Bryan's coming back. We don't know. So just based on those two aspects, WWE's pretty much got us by the balls, and we're going to watch to see what happens next. That's why they're dragging this thing out. I'm enjoying it. You know, the slow build is there. I really don't have any complaints about it. I really don't. But we're all wondering in the end, is this going to mean Daniel Bryan's getting back in the ring for WWE? And if he is getting back in the ring and he is at WrestleMania and he has a successful return and they don't limit him to what he wants to do in the ring, what does this mean for the WWE? That's the bigger picture. And you really have to sit down and start asking yourself that question. If Daniel Bryan is healthy enough to come back, what does this mean for WWE to have arguably the biggest babyface in professional wrestling since The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin on either Raw or SmackDown? It is not out of the realm of questioning to be asking something like that. So we're going to see what happens with that, man. More of the same with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. It's just that this week we flip-flop back and forth with the possibility of a tag team match against KO and Sami Zayn now to, again, Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan one-on-one. So we'll see what happens with that. Very interesting to see what's to come in the coming weeks. The tag team title situation, I actually enjoyed tonight as well. WWE, I thought, played their cards right here. I was wondering what was going on with last week's Dusty finish. And Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable lobbied for a tag team title rematch because they were on the notion that the referee's decision was final. Daniel Bryan says, listen, you can't be disrespecting the management. Gable and Benjamin were like, we're not disrespecting management. We're disrespecting the referee who did a bad job. Daniel Bryan went on to say that referees represent management. It's the first I've ever heard that. But I like that they used that notion. I like that they used that in the storyline for this particular situation. And they did pin the wrong Uso. Usos weren't there tonight. They did pin the wrong Uso, but they lobbied that the original referee's decision should be final. I like how it came about. We didn't understand what was going on last week, but I liked how it came about this week. And Gable just kind of let it, slip out of his mouth. Do you want us to beat them twice in one night? Daniel Bryan was like, there you go. There you go. You guys just got your rematch. At the Royal Rumble, we're going to have the Usos versus Benjamin and Gable in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Which should be good, man. And that should spell the end of Benjamin and Gable and their run for the tag team championships. I don't think, nor do I think WWE should take the titles off the Usos. But from what we seen last week to what we seen this week and the continuation of it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. The United States Championship, on the other hand, the complete opposite. I don't know what WWE's logic behind this tournament was. It's very blatant what they're doing here. They have Bobby Roode come out tonight during the Zack Ryder Mojo Rawley match. Nobody gave a shit about it. We all kind of suspected that Zack Ryder was going to lose to Mojo Rawley. That was indeed the case. But it's kind of obvious when they have Bobby Roode sitting at ringside. He's not sitting at ringside. He might be sitting there to the fucking humanoid out there. Who's like, oh, Bobby Roode's just sitting out there to watch who he's going to fight next week. No, that's not the reason why he's sitting out there. The reason why Bobby Roode is sitting out there is because Bobby Roode is going to be the one challenging in the end for the United States Championship. And then after it's all over, they have Jinder Mahal come out on the Titantron, and he cuts a promo saying that his attention now is elsewhere. He has his eyes on another accomplishment, and that is the United States Championship. It's like WWE put together this tournament in the most lazy fashion possible. They didn't give a shit what they did. They put no thought or effort at all into putting 8 men in this tournament. I don't know how they came up with this thing. And then they want to make it, if it wasn't already, and I stated that this was probably going to be the match before we got the tournament announced. They made it so blatantly obvious that the finals are going to be Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal. It's like, why do I give a shit about the tournament now? I don't give a shit about the match with Jinder and Xavier Woods. I don't give a shit about the match between Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley. I mean, who really thinks that Mojo Rawley is going to beat Bobby Roode? You got to be out of your mind stupid if you think that. Who's going to think that Jinder Mahal is going to lose to Xavier Woods? I mean, it's possible. But I don't see one member of the New Day challenging, just going off on his own for a separate title, a singles title. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. You took Jinder Mahal out of the WWE Championship title picture for a reason. This is the reason. WWE is doing what they should have done with Jinder Mahal now, 7 months ago. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. You know? They don't think they're wrong when they're doing something wrong, and then when it's too little too late, then they want to make the right decision. This tournament is a fucking waste of everybody's time. It is the most blatantly obvious, predictable tournament I think I've ever seen on WWE television. You know? It means nothing to anybody. Just get me to the Royal Rumble and get me to the finals. And at that point, I want to see what they do. I love Bobby Roode and all, but babyface Bobby Roode ain't doing it for me. I don't feel the same spark to Bobby Roode as a babyface. I would rather them give the title to Jinder Mahal and have Jinder Mahal hold the title. Honestly. Because that's the role that he should have been in all along. Not with the WWE Championship, with the United States Championship. And then have a babyface Bobby Roode chase him through WrestleMania and have a glorious coronation at WrestleMania. I think that would be the way to go. We'll see what WWE does with it, but this tournament is a complete waste of everybody's time. It is so blatantly obvious. Other than that, there was really nothing on SmackDown Live, and this is not going to be a terribly long review. I think last week's review clocked in at just under 30 minutes. I mean, SmackDown's a 2-hour show. There really isn't a lot of talking points. It's very, very predictable television. At least with Monday Night Raw, they give you a lot of segments. It's a 3-hour show. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of bitching. There's a lot of moaning. There's a lot of complaining. On SmackDown Live, it's very hit or miss. It's very hit or miss. It's either you like most of it or you hate most of it, and then in a 2-hour span, there really isn't enough content to talk about. There really is not. But otherwise, it was it was a very, very formulaic show. Nothing out of the ordinary happened. I think WWE, again, is still on autopilot. Like I mentioned on my Monday Night Raw review, I think WWE is just waiting to get to the Royal Rumble so that they can finally put their WrestleMania plans into motion. Because you know everything's going to start falling into place like you're playing Connect 4 with WrestleMania as soon as the Royal Rumble is over. As soon as that groundwork is laid in Philadelphia, once we have the Royal Rumble event completed, that's when WWE is going to turn the page and say, all right, now it's WrestleMania mode. So right now, they're just building this entire show on the Rumble itself. You know, and they got some cheesy saying. I don't know exactly what they're calling it. Last year they called it the most star-studded Rumble of all time because The Undertaker and Lesnar and Goldberg was in the Rumble. I don't give a shit who's in the Rumble. Just give me a good Rumble. You know? I was watching on the WWE YouTube channel. I had it on repeat because I have Verizon Fios. And I have it hooked up to my YouTube app. So I stream it from my phone to my television through Wi-Fi. And I watched several Royal Rumbles the other night. After, what was it, Sunday night, I think? I think it was Sunday night. I watched the 2 Royal Rumbles in which John Cena won. I think it was 2000. I don't remember what year it was. I know he eliminated Triple H in the end. I think it was 2008. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, at Madison Square Garden. And I watched the one where he won, where he eliminated Ryback. I think it was 2013. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, not 2000. I don't know what, 2011. Something along those lines. I don't remember the years. I just know who he was in the ring with and, you know, who he eliminated in those 2 particular Royal Rumbles. I'm terrible with years. But I watched those 2 Rumbles, and it got me thinking. I'm like, why did WWE upload these 2 Rumbles? They uploaded these 2 Rumble matches for free on their YouTube channel, and coincidentally, John Cena won both of them. I'm like to myself, watching this, I'm like, is this WWE's way of just kind of sneaking this in under the rug that John Cena is going to win the Royal Rumble this year? I mean, that would be terrible. That would be absolutely terrible. Though I did mark out, I remember exactly where I was in that Madison Square Garden Rumble. I was in New Jersey, and I even marked out for John Cena coming out. You know, Triple H, Batista was in that Rumble towards the end. That's the Rumble where Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker started out at number 1 and 2. You know, the year prior to, it was 2008, because 2007 was the one where they closed the Rumble. One of the greatest Rumble endings of all time with Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. And that aspect of it was great, but with Cena coming back, he was supposed to be out for like 8-9 months. He came back in like 4, and he made the Royal Rumble. Everybody was literally shocked that this guy came back, you know? And I just found it really odd that WWE uploaded those 2 specific Rumbles for free in full on their YouTube page. So I'm hoping that's not the case at all. And then I watched, they even have the 2017 Royal Rumble in full on their YouTube channel. And I watched it, and I watched it carefully, and I dissected it. It's just terrible what the WWE has done with the Royal Rumble match. I mean, it's nothing but fucking big spots, you know? I'm watching this, and I'm like, this isn't a Rumble. What is this shit? You got like fucking 11, 12 guys laying down, right? And you got Goldberg and The Undertaker standing toe-to-toe in the ring. Everything just stops. It's like there's nothing else going on. I don't know what WWE's perception of a Royal Rumble is, but I'm not watching or stopping anything if I'm in the Royal Rumble. Lesnar and Goldberg went one-on-one, everything stopped. Goldberg and The Undertaker went one-on-one, everything stopped. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker went one-on-one, everything stopped, you know? It's disgusting how WWE rather sell the Rumble on these big spots, these big showdowns, instead of doing what the Royal Rumble is supposed to do. It's every man for himself. It's not the Undertaker and Roman Reigns show. It's not the Lesnar and Goldberg show. It's not the Goldberg and Undertaker show. I'm watching this and I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on here? I don't even know why I tortured myself watching it. It was just a terrible fucking poorly produced and delivered Royal Rumble. I don't know. I don't even know why I went into that rant, but I just found it odd that WWE uploaded those 2 Rumbles with John Cena. Hopefully that's not the case. I am hearing that Samoa Joe is legitimately hurt. Something wrong with his foot, that he could be out 4 to 6 months. I hope that's not the case at all. Gonna bypass doing Off the Script Part 3. I'll save all the stories for Friday. I'm just not, I haven't been in the mood, you know, and I apologize to everybody for that. I barely even had the energy to do this right now. So bear with me, guys. Trying to snap out of whatever I'm doing, you know, or whatever's going on. But I just found it completely odd that I seen those 2 Rumbles and I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, I hope this doesn't mean that Nakamura is not winning the Rumble. That would be a terrible booking decision. But anyway, man, the show opened up tonight with AJ Styles and Renee Young. They were in the ring. Interview segment to start SmackDown Live. He reacts to the WWE Championship match being a handicap match in KO and Sami Zayn's favor. He's defending the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a handicap match at the Rumble. But before we get into that, man, I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting Monday Night Raw Review. It's live on the channel right now. Almost 1,400 likes. As always, you guys are beast. If you guys missed that video, it's live on the channel right now. If you guys missed anything that I did this weekend, live on the channel right now. Thank you guys for supporting my new sponsor, Harry's Razors, man. You guys are beast. If you guys want to look good, which I need to get on because I haven't shaved in 3 weeks. If you guys want to look good and you guys want to ditch your razor currently that you're using, and I'm going to show you guys what I've been using on Friday's show. We're going to do some show and tell. I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing with Harry's Razors, man. But if you guys want a quality, durable, smooth shave, you know, if you guys want a durable razor, Harry's Razors has got you. You guys are listening to this. Anybody who is a subscriber of the channel, anybody that watches my podcasts during the week, you guys can get a free shave kit just by listening. All you got to do is go to harrys.com/script. You're going to get a razor handle. You're going to get a 5-blade razor. You're going to get shave gel, and you're going to get a razor case. So you're going to get all that for free by going to that website, harrys.com/script. It's for fans of Off the Script only. All you guys have to do to get your free trial set is pay the shipping and handling, which is pennies. So hop on that now. It's going to be the best shave of your life. I guarantee it. I don't put my name to anything I do not use. I've been using Harry's razors for 4 months, and I ain't switching anytime soon. So make sure you guys go and check that out. It would greatly, I would greatly appreciate it, and it would definitely support the podcast. And you guys are going to look good doing it. You guys are going to look good while supporting the show, man. You can't get any better than that, man. harrys.com/script. I also want to thank my friends over at Audible. All new listeners of the show are going to get one free audiobook of your choice. audibletrial.com/offthescript. I've had several people email me and DM me on Twitter asking me if I have listened to the Justin Roberts autobiography. I have not. I know what it contains. If you guys want to hear the bullshit that Justin Roberts had to be put through from both Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon, you're going to listen to this and you're going to realize that Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn really need to go. So if you guys want to get in on that, you guys can get Daniel Bryan's book. You guys can get AJ Lee's new book. You guys can get Ric Flair's book, Charlotte's book, Jim Ross's book, Mick Foley's new book, Chris Jericho, who just had a classic match with Kenny Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12. You guys can get any of that stuff for free using our link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. You're going to get one free audiobook and 30 days to try out their service. And if you guys don't like the service, you can cancel at any time. You guys are going to keep your book for free. But the most important thing is you're supporting the show directly for doing nothing, and you're getting something free for doing it. So thank you guys so much. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. We are nearing 87,000 subscribers. Fast. I'm enjoying the rate in which we are growing, man. It's very nice. More so now than I was last year. I don't know what I'm doing differently, but you guys must like my content a lot more now than you did then for some reason. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I'm a little bit more calmed down. Maybe I'm not overly fucking cursing all over the place. It is what it is, man. Whatever the reason is, I'm glad you're here. All the newbies that are here, thank you so much. You're going to get some great shit as we head into WrestleMania season. AJ Styles reacts to the WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. He's with Renee Young in the middle of the ring to open SmackDown Live.
AJ, last week Daniel Bryan made a very controversial decision regarding your WWE Championship. At the Royal Rumble, you will defend your title against Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens in a handicap match. Do you think that decision was fair?
Let me just say this, Renee. Every time I step foot in this ring, I take pride in what I do in it.
If most WWE superstars did that, we'd be better off.
Is there a chance I could lose my championship now? Absolutely. Is there a chance I could beat the crap out of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? You better believe it.
You're not really answering my question here. Do you think that the decision that Daniel Bryan made for the match was fair?
To answer your question, do I think it's fair? No. But neither is life. Life's not fair either. And yes, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have non-title victories over me. They do. Listen, truth of the matter is, I can't allow those two idiots to take my championship from me.
It would take a miracle for you to beat us when it's 1 against 2. You have no chance of walking out of our handicap match with that title. At the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, when the night is over, we are going to be the first ever co-WWE WWE champions.
Yep.
We are going to turn the house that AJ Styles built into the Sammy and Kevin show.
Yep.
Or maybe it'll be the Kevin and Sammy show.
Yep.
We are going to do whatever we want.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep.
I gotta go with the champ on this one. Is it fair that he has to defend the championship in a handicap match? Well, in my view, nope. And I am puzzled of why Daniel Bryan would make such a match in the first place. I am further baffled of why our SmackDown general manager would allow you two yep clowns another opportunity to become WWE champion. But while we're talking about handicap matches, maybe we talk about maybe having one of those here tonight. Right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
Another dead crowd.
So why don't we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn team up to take on Shinsuke Nakamura, the Viper, Randy
Another
Orton,
basic formulaic tag team match with no thought
and
behind
the
it.
WWE
Always
champion,
gonna mention it, Kenny
AJ
Omega.
Styles.
Said it perfectly. It's soulless television.
That is huge. Wow, what a 24 hours here in Alabama. First you win the national championship. Tonight you host this handicap match. This does not bode well for Sami and Kevin, however.
Boring. Didn't really care about that announcement, but it's going to be interesting, man. You know, Shane doesn't understand why Daniel Bryan is making the match, but Daniel Bryan very well could be kind of sneaking this one under Shane McMahon's nose. Maybe he is doing it because he's got some internal thought that this handicap match could break away the duo of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because they're going to be fighting over who's going to pin AJ Styles, and that's going to lead to a separation. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's very odd. But at that point, you know, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan will be so knee-deep in arguments, and their separation is going to begin, you know, happening, that we might get KO and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and we might get Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I don't know what's going on. This is why I said in the opening, you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do for WrestleMania season with everybody involved here. Ruby Riot versus Becky Lynch. We had a decent women's match, man. Ruby Riot is not bad. You know, out of all the women besides Paige, because Paige has her own unique way of doing things, and she's different from, you know, and she's a standout from the rest of the women's roster. Ruby Riot's a standout, just not because of her look, but I think she's a very good promo as well, and she just stands out attitude-wise, the way she comes off, her character. So you put her in there with Becky Lynch, it's going to be a decent women's match, because I'm a big Becky Lynch fan myself. But Becky Lynch wins here with a disarmer, and she makes Ruby Riot tap. After the match, Ruby Riot and the Riot Squad retreat to the stage. Baby faces are standing tall in the ring. WWE, you know, with their formulaic garbage. You know, Becky comes out. We got Ruby Riot comes out. Then Naomi has to come out, and Charlotte has to come out because they got to represent Becky Lynch. You know, I mentioned this last week on SmackDown Review. When are we going to get to the fucking focus of the Royal Rumble and what it really means? You know, instead of WWE building this Royal Rumble up on fucking garbage and unity, there's no unity here. Why is Charlotte cheering on anybody? Because whoever from her brand wins the Royal Rumble, they're going to be gunning for her at WrestleMania. And at that point, they're not going to be friends anymore because Charlotte's going to do whatever she has to do to keep the title. Why is Charlotte befriending or supporting or cheering on anybody? Why is Naomi cheering on anybody? Everybody at this point should be looked at as enemy number one. This is why I don't hear anybody talking about this, yet it baffles me. It boggles my mind how people can sit here and support this fucking terribly written garbage. I mean, even the people in the Riot Squad and Absolution should be clawing and fucking scratching each other's eyes out. Fuck these factions. The one thing that is most important, you're gonna win the Rumble no matter what. I don't give a fuck if you're a friend or foe. Come on, you got 2 weeks left. Am I gonna hear anything about every woman for himself? Probably not. Because that notion and that logic clearly was not WWE's objective here. First time ever. Look at us, we're breaking boundaries. Fuck your boundaries. Give me a match that represents what the Rumble is really about. Please. The Ascension versus the Bludgeon Brothers. I thought this was actually going to be a fucking contest. It was not. Bell rings. Ascension double teams Harper to start. They wanted to get the one up on the Bludgeon Brothers. That backfires. Harper kicks Victor to the floor. Connor gets dumped over the outside. Rowan tags in. They double team Victor. Crucifix bomb for the win. Over. You think the Ascension wishes they were back in NXT? Yep! United States Championship tournament match. Zack Ryder versus Mojo Rawley. This one, like I said, very predictable. Mojo Rawley with the win here. Zack Ryder went for the broski boot. Mojo had it well scouted. He rolls to the floor. Ryder kicks him through the ropes anyway. Ryder follows up, rolls Mojo back in the ring for a 2 count. Mojo ends up turning it around, getting the win with a big running right hand in the corner. Zack Ryder is nothing but jobber status right now, as we expected, because nobody expected Mojo to come out of this beating up his partner and then lose. That wouldn't make any sense. So it looks like WWE's going in on this Mojo push, but he ain't getting past Bobby Roode, so I don't know what the whole fucking big deal about this tournament is. Very predictable, very lazily put together. Mojo Rawley wins after the match. Bobby Roode gets in the ring, does glorious. Mojo Rawley thinks he's going to beat Bobby Roode. Negative, bro. You ain't winning. Stay hyped, though. Stay hyped. Jinder Mahal was backstage, and he was on the Titantron, and he cut this promo warning Xavier Woods for next week.
For 185 days, I was your...
Do you have to remind me? Do you want to give me fucking verbal cancer right now?
No
Please.
one thought it was possible, and no one thought that I was deserving.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
Except myself. WWE champion. No one thought it was possible, and no one thought that I was deserving.
And we still think the same way.
That's no one except myself. As 2018 begins, I have my eyes on a new prize. The United States.
That should have been your eye on the prize back in April.
I've already defeated Ty Dillinger, and next week I face Xavier Woods of the New Day. And I hope Xavier knows how to play taps on his trombone because he's already lost. Xavier Woods and the New Day are a fad, but the modern day Maharaja.
Sorry, Jinder, we have to correct you.
The make-believe Maharaja?
That's the way you do it, bro. That's the way you do it. I'm sorry. Go back to class by Paul Heyman, professor, and learn how to do it correctly. There you go. Benjamin and Gable were backstage. They come out to the ring, and they demand justice. Hashtag free the tag team titles.
Last week, we beat the Usos in this very ring. We set the tag titles free from the Uso penitentiary. And there we are. We're walking up that ramp. We're celebrating. I'm blowing my little girl kisses in the front row. I got adrenaline rushing through my veins. We got ecstasy flowing through our bodies, and then...
And then another referee shows up. A referee who wasn't a part of our match.
So, wait, why was he in the match?
Well, one, he overturns our victory.
Yeah, but why was he in the match?
He yanks the SmackDown Tag Team Championships right out of our hands.
Yeah, but why was he in the match?
And he restarts the match.
But why was he in the match, though?
It basically boils down to one thing, Chad.
What's that?
Jealousy.
He was jealous. You're right. Just like Just like all these people, he doesn't know what it takes to be a winner.
No clue.
So they're really tugging the heel role with these guys, which, I mean, I don't care. I mean, they're stellar athletes.
That man is a thief.
They're going to get over it with whatever they do because they're great at what they do. But,
that man
you know,
is a
I don't really like that explanation of
trying to
jealousy
his
with the
mama.
referee.
He's
It
a
really
rat,
makes no
and he
sense. It's kind of
smells like a
illogical.
rat.
He's a snitch.
And from where I'm from, snitches get stitches.
A crime was committed last week.
And we demand justice.
Now, I don't care what you say about your opponents or what you think about them, but when you start knocking management, that's when
Whoa, management? Who said anything about management? No. We're talking about the referees here. Easy.
Oh, you didn't know. Officials represent management. And you see, there are some cold, hard rules in this world that everyone in the roster needs to understand, one of which has been said 1,000,000 times, and it's this: the referee's decision is final.
You're damn right. The referee's decision is final. Last week, the referee counted 1, 2, 3. Last week, we won the tag team championships. Last week, we won that match.
Yeah, except you didn't win the match. You pinned the wrong Uso. The referee went to the back, he came out, he realized the decision that he had made was wrong, and he reversed it. He felt like he was doing the right thing, and we stand behind him.
Tell me more about how he felt, really. Tell me more. Oh, wait, I don't care. What is this, Dr. Phil?
What a cheesy line.
You know what? Since we're talking about feelings, you know what, Chad? I think what you should do is look our general manager right in the eye and tell him, how do you feel?
Oh, Daniel, I kind of feel like you might be taking it out on us because your boss, Shane McMahon, is mad at you.
No, but you got to tell him how you feel.
Oh, I kind of feel like we already beat the Usos.
Oh, I know that feeling, but please continue. How do you feel?
Oh, I kind of feel like we're already the tag team champions.
And at this point, I thought they were legitimately going to quit.
How do you feel?
I feel like we've already done everything there is to do.
I thought they were going to quit
What
SmackDown
else do you want
Live
from us? You want us to
and
beat
go
them
to
twice
Raw.
in one night?
But
You're
they turned it into
genius,
a
Chad.
2 out of 3 falls
That's why I
match.
like you so much. At the Royal Rumble, the Usos will defend their championship against you two in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Yes! Yes! Yes!
And that's not a bad match,
yes!
man. I like it. You know, it's storyline continuing from last week, and you know, they tried to make sense of what happened. They're prolonging it. I don't know who they're going to be setting up for the Usos after the Royal Rumble, but I mean, I have no problems with it. You know, I think a 2 out of 3 falls match with all 4 of those guys at the Royal Rumble could really serve to be a great match. And I'm actually looking forward to it. We'll see what happens, but, you know, you can tell Benjamin is not really comfortable on the microphone. Chad Gable's a little bit more comfortable for that role, but whatever the reason is, man, we got it. Daniel Bryan made the 2 out of 3 falls match. Gable gave him the idea. Daniel Bryan made it official. 2 out of 3 falls at the Rumble. And the American Standard, once again, is going to be locked away in the Uso Penitentiary for sure. Something I don't understand here. Rusev Day versus Breezango. I don't understand why. You know, we reported on Off the Script that Rusev Day and the t-shirt, the merchandise was selling out at house shows. They were selling out on WWE.com right before the new year hit. And if you're speaking the language of the McMahons, you're speaking the language of money. And one would hope that if Rusev is moving that much merchandise for Vince McMahon, that he should be rewarded in some way. And that might mean something great for Rusev down the line. I could see Rusev winning Money in the Bank. I could see him going on to do bigger things with the briefcase, possible world title run. If WWE doesn't kill his character before June, and bury Rusev Day once and for all and abolish it off the calendar. But having them come out here when they're obviously over and putting them in a match with a tag team that has done literally nothing on this show, where their little mini-series has been moved to strictly WWE.com/Fashion Files. It's not even showcased on SmackDown Live anymore. This team is nothing. Breezango had so much potential and WWE doesn't use it. So they killed them. I don't give a fuck about Breezango anymore. Why do I care after you squashed them twice in a row with the Bludgeon Brothers? Now you're going to have them come back and win a match on Rusev Day? I don't understand that. Rusev Day is the more over team. Rusev Day is the team that you should be pushing next in line for the Usos. But you have them come out here and lose to Breezango? How does that make any creative logic whatsoever? I don't understand it. You push the hot hand. You don't bury the hottest team in the division for a team that's going nowhere. Fandango dropped English. Rusev runs him over. Towards the end of the match, Rusev takes control. He charges Fandango in the corner, hits a spinning heel kick. Signature Rusev. Rusev readies for the accolade. Breeze runs in. Rusev tosses Breeze to the floor. Fandango comes in with the 2 count. Breeze comes back. Rusev drops him quick. Fandango took advantage of all this chaos and rolled up Rusev for the win. I don't understand this logic here, Then people are going to say, oh, don't worry. It's, you have to have a little patience. What patience? What more do we need to see from Rusev Day? How much more do we have to see the crowd react to them in every which way on SmackDown Live, and then yet be buried in the process? I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon backstage. Shane McMahon walks in on Daniel Bryan. Bryan praises Breezango for connecting with the fans. Gives props to the tag team division. Tag team division on SmackDown Live is pretty decent. Much better than Raw, I'll tell you that. Shane says he and Bryan are not on the same page right now. Shane McMahon knocks Bryan's decision making and points to the WWE Championship Handicap match and how we might have co-WWE champions. I doubt it. Shane also points to the 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles and says the Usos won last week and they shouldn't have to go through Gable and Benjamin again. Shane asks Bryan if he's doing okay. Shane doesn't want to offend Bryan because he might have a lot going on in his life. Shane says Bryan is coming off as unstable. Bryan could say the same thing about Shane, especially given Shane's gene pool. Shane then walks away and says they will just agree to disagree, and he's going to leave Bryan alone. So the tension continues with Bryan and Shane McMahon. Handicap match, main event. Not going to spend too much time on this. I really didn't give a shit. 2-on-3 handicap match. Owens and Zayn versus Styles, Randy Orton, and Shinsuke Nakamura. The match was pretty much, restarted twice because of Shane McMahon. Styles tagged in the first time to keep attacking Sami Zayn. Sami rams AJ into the corner. In comes Kevin Owens. Sami ends up taking out Owens, to move him out of the way for safety, avoiding a Styles clash. Referee counts both of them, and they get counted out. So they intentionally got counted out to pretty much escape this obvious loss here, 2-on-3 handicap match against 3 of the biggest names on the brand. So Shane McMahon says, no, this ain't happening on my watch. Match is now no count out. We've seen this before in WWE. So Shane calls for the match to be restarted. And then what does Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn do? They take a steel chair because they knew they were outnumbered, and they start beating up their opponents with the steel chair. So we have Shane McMahon come back out and says that this match now is no DQ. So now it's no DQ and no count out. So AJ runs up the ramp with the steel chair. Match is restarted again. AJ beats Owens around with the steel chair. They go back into the backstage area. Sammy is at ringside, so he doesn't have Kevin Owens to protect him now. So Sammy's now against Nakamura and Orton. No DQ, no count out. So that pretty much means Sammy is fucked. Sammy tries to run away through the crowd, but they stop him, send him into the ring post. Orton takes half of the steel steps and nails Sammy with the steel steps. Sammy then gets tossed over the announce table. Orton slams Sammy on top of the announce table. Orton rolls Sammy back into the ring where Nakamura is already waiting in the wings for a Kinshasa. He delivers a Kinshasa. Orton nails Sammy with an RKO and covers him for the pin. And that's the way SmackDown Live went off the air. Ho-hum, ho-hum. Nothing out of the ordinary. Same old from WWE. And that's your SmackDown Live review. But if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know what you guys thought down below in the comment section. The comment section is yours. I will be back tomorrow with NXT. Finally, we got some progression with NXT. Last week I couldn't do anything because it was a 2-hour review show. So hopefully we got some beautiful fucking storylines going on into TakeOver Philadelphia, man. We'll talk about Andrade Cien Almas, Aleister Black, Adam Cole, and my man, my boy, Johnny Gargano. So we'll see what happens with that. NXT review tomorrow night. We'll go over all that. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more WWE content. I should have a Call of Duty upload tomorrow as well. So good stuff coming tomorrow, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT. I'll talk to you later.